The story begins on a planet named Saris, where a girl named Nevin was standing on a beach, learning how to whistle by putting her fingers in her mouth. Meanwhile, Nevin's parents, Mills and Aya, were watching her with smiling eyes. Just then, Mills told his wife that he would have to go on a space mission for 2 years. I am worried about how to tell this to Nevin. Both husband and wife were a bit worried because Mills had never been away from home for such a long time, and he was doing all this to save money for Nevin's treatment because Nevin had an illness. After this, Mills went to Nevin and started teaching her how to whistle. At that moment, Nevin said, "I know you are going, and I am the reason for it." But Mills reassured her, saying, "I won't be gone for long," and then both of them made many beautiful memories together before the journey. After some time, Mills was on his mission. Everything was going perfectly fine. But then suddenly one night, while all the scientists were sleeping inside the spaceship suddenly entered an area filled with asteroids. Mills immediately received an alarm signal, and at that very moment, the spaceship started colliding with celestial rocks. Their ship was heavily damaged. Mills was trying his best to gain control over the failing system, but unfortunately he did not succeed. There was no other option, so he had to make an emergency landing. That too on an unknown planet. Now, while crashing down, the spaceship broke into 2 parts, and before losing consciousness, only memories of his daughter were coming before Mills's eyes. After some time, Mills regained consciousness and pulled out a piece of iron stuck in his stomach. Then he began treating his wounds. He put his spacesuit back on and started inspecting the ship thoroughly. Then he realized that many essential parts of the spaceship were missing. For his safety, Mills picked up a weapon and jumped out of the spaceship. As soon as he came out, he saw the corpses of his entire crew. He was stunned to see this. After this, he nervously sent a signal to his planet and then took off his spacesuit. The surprising thing was that the atmosphere of this planet was breathable. Mills was having no trouble, but seeing his entire crew dead, he was broken from inside. He had completely lost the will to live. But then, thinking about his family, he stopped. He started watching some videos sent by his daughter, which brought tears to his eyes. A few moments later, Mills received a signal on his system, and he immediately ran towards that place with hope in his eyes. Soon he found that part of the spaceship which was missing, in which he saw that a little girl was still alive. Mills pulled that unconscious girl out and carried her back towards the remaining parts of the ship. But then, on the way, he saw a very large claw mark on the wet ground, which put him in a lot of confusion. And then we find out a shocking fact. Actually, the planet Mills has landed on is none other than Earth. But this is 65 million years before our time, when there used to be dinosaurs on our planet. The next day, Mills started trying to find that part of the spaceship in which the emergency spacecraft was present, but his scanner was unable to detect it. Therefore, he started trying to understand the surrounding area, and just then he found the skeletal remains of a very large creature. Seeing which, it seemed that its death must have occurred recently. Just then, a spray of hot water erupted from under the ground, and moving further, he suddenly saw a flash of light from a distance. He scanned the area and soon understood that the other part of the spaceship was lying on the other side of the mountain. At that very moment, a small dinosaur suddenly attacked Mills, but he easily controlled and killed this animal. When Mills was returning towards the ship, he heard some sounds coming from the forest, but later it turned out that it was the same girl whose life he had saved the previous night. Mills tried to go near her, but the girl started running as soon as she saw him. Mills also started running after her, calling out to her, and during this, both of them slipped down a slope and came to a stop right next to the corpse of a dinosaur. Suddenly, they heard a deep growl and they saw a very large dinosaur coming towards them, after which both were forced to run. After reaching back to the spaceship, Mills began treating the girl's wounds and asked the girl for her name, but the girl replied in a language that Mills did not understand at all. He checked the ship's passenger list and found out that her name is Koa, to which the girl nodded. Then Mills understood that there was only one way to leave the planet, and that would be to find the emergency spacecraft which is located on the top of a mountain. Because the girl cannot understand his language, Mills made some drawings, and those drawings finally helped in explaining things to the girl. The girl also asked about her parents by making a drawing. To this, Mills said that they are also on the same mountain. Along with this, he started talking to her about family. After this, Mills recorded a new message in which he stated that he has found a living girl and we are in great need of help. In the other room, Koa found the video messages Nevin had sent to her father and she started watching them with excitement. It turned out that Mills had completed his mission, and after 2 years he was finally returning home when the spaceship crashed. The initial messages were quite good, but gradually Nevin started appearing troubled by her illness and the absence of her father. Before Koa could finish watching the videos, Mills reached there and turned off the video. He strictly forbade her from watching these videos. After this, Mills picked up some small bombs, and both set out into the forest filled with dangerous creatures. During the journey, Koa saw something shining in the sky, but did not pay much attention to it. After a while, she found some berries in the forest and started throwing them at Mills to tease him. Mills put a berry inside the scanner and found out that those berries were poisonous. Therefore, Mills scolded the girl and told her not to play with these berries. Koa also understood his point immediately. After a while, both saw a small dinosaur trapped in a swamp, and despite Mills's refusal, Koa immediately ran to save it. However, Mills also joined her later, and both together freed that animal from the swamp. But that dinosaur could not go very far, because suddenly a pack of predators attacked it and tore it apart. Seeing this brutal world, Koa was terrified and started crying. Therefore, Mills immediately caught her and hid her behind a nearby stone so that the predators' attention would not go to them. After those dangerous animals left, Mills and Koa continued their journey and both soon reached the bank of a small river. When their water bottle became empty, Mills started telling Koa to fill water from the river. "It will be clean. We won't die from this." Koa listened to him and started filling water. During this, Mills was looking at her with great love. He started remembering his daughter. Later, Koa also brought a flower with the water and tried to put it in Mills's hair. Mills first refused, saying that all this is worn by women, but when Mills saw Koa getting sad, he finally agreed. Then both continued their journey. But then Mills lost the way to the other part of his spaceship. Therefore, he decided to climb a tree to scan the area again. He found the ship, but suddenly a swarm of wild insects crawled onto his hand. When he tried to shake them off, his balance was disturbed and he fell down with a thud. Because of this, his shoulder was badly injured. The surprising thing was that on this planet full of dinosaurs, the most damage was done to him by insects. Groaning with pain, Mills stumbled back to the tree. But at that very moment, a pack of some dangerous dinosaurs reached near them. Now Mills asked Koa to put her foot on his arm so that he could bring his shoulder back into the right place. Because of this, his pain was relieved to a great extent. Then, moving forward, he started firing at the dinosaurs. But when he felt that their number was too many, he told Koa to run away from there to keep her safe. Koa immediately ran away and hid near a tree trunk, while Mills kept throwing bombs at the dinosaurs. During this, Koa heard the sound of gunfire, but then she realized that the dinosaurs had surrounded her. The poor girl tried to save her life by running, but the dinosaurs continuously chased her, and soon they came very close to her. When all the girl's hope was gone, Mills reached there and killed everyone with his gun. Unfortunately, one dinosaur survived and started dragging Koa towards the forest. Mills immediately chased it and scared that animal by firing, and somehow saved Koa's life. This whole incident had scared that little girl. Now, because the languages were different, he was not able to talk to her. But still, he sat nearby to give her courage. After a while, it started getting dark. Mills started teaching Koa how to whistle with her hands, exactly like he used to teach his daughter. Then both set out on their journey again. After walking for a while, they found a cave where they decided to spend the night. There, Mills installed motion sensors so that he could know about nearby dangers in advance. Then he checked his other device and found out that an asteroid many times larger than the one he had crashed into while colliding with is moving straight towards Earth. This fact put him in worry, but just then Koa diverted his attention. She showed Mills that she had picked up a cassette containing Nevin's video messages. Mills got angry at Koa for taking the cassette without asking. When Koa got sad because of this, Mills played the recording to make her happy again. Both of them were happy to see Nevin again in the middle of this difficult hour. Later, when Mills was trying to sleep, he remembered that his wife Alia had called and told him that Nevin had died in the hospital, and remembering this, he began to cry bitterly. That night, the motion sensors suddenly got activated, which woke Mills up. He went to Koa, who was sleeping, but foam was coming out of her mouth. Seeing this, Mills became worried. He quickly opened Koa's mouth and saw an insect inside, which he pulled out very carefully. But the danger was not over yet, because a very large dinosaur had entered inside the cave. Mills immediately fired and wounded one eye of that animal, after which that angry dinosaur started breaking the cave. Therefore, he ran with Koa to the deeper part of the cave, where that large predator would not be able to come. Now Mills started looking for a way to get out quickly using his device. But then, many small dinosaurs came in front of him, which were very dangerous. Therefore, both started running even deeper. Soon, they reached a dead end. The desperate Mills started trying to enlarge the cave by digging, but it was not easy. Hours passed in that same place, but Koa turned out to be very stubborn and started digging even more in a restless attempt to find her family. Seeing this, Mills started saying, "I lied. Stop. Your parents are not waiting on that hill." But Koa could not understand his language, and she continued digging. This made Mills feel even worse. Then he came up with a trick and used small bombs to cause an explosion in the cave. This trick worked very well. After this, Mills gave Koa some bombs so that if they got separated, these bombs would be useful to her. Then both crawled forward through the path. But unfortunately, because of the explosion, the stones started moving, and the cave suddenly started falling, due to which both of them got separated from each other. Mills was very nervous. He felt that perhaps Koa might have died, but soon he heard the sound of Koa's whistle, hearing which he felt some relief. After this, Mills started searching for another way to get out, but on the way he found another large dinosaur which he had previously scared away by firing. Because of extreme darkness, Mills was not able to see anything properly. Therefore, he activated his device on scanning mode. He found out that the dinosaur is right behind him, and a tremendous fight broke out between the two. The dinosaur, seeing an opportunity, knocked down Mills's gun, and he did not even get a chance to fire. Seeing an opportunity, the dinosaur started biting his arm, but Mills somehow pushed it away from him and quickly started trying to reach his scanner. With the help of the scanner, he made different sounds, and these sounds diverted the dinosaur's attention. Meanwhile, Mills picked up his gun again and then blew up that dinosaur. On the other side, while wandering in the forest, Koa found a large bone and she picked up that bone as a weapon. Koa put poisonous berries on it and wrapped it in a large leaf. Then Koa, keeping it in her bag, continued the journey. On the other side, Mills finally came out of the cave. He saw a shining thing in the sky and scanned it with his device. The device told him that the collision of the asteroid with the Earth will be very dangerous. If he wants to survive, he will have to escape from here before this collision. Now he has only 12 hours left. The troubled Mills set out to find Koa, and after searching a little, he heard Koa's scream. Koa was screaming because a dinosaur was moving towards her. Mills immediately ran to save her, but the poor man fell into a swamp which started pulling him inside slowly. And there, Koa hid inside a dried tree, which was actually a trap for the dinosaur. As soon as the animal entered, Koa immediately came out, and by closing the path, threw small bombs inside, which caused a tremendous explosion, and the dinosaur was killed. Just then, Koa heard Mills's scream, and we see that Mills was sinking in the swamp. Only his head was above the swamp. At the very last moment, Koa tilted a branch towards him, with the help of which Mills pulled himself out. As soon as he came out, Mills hugged Koa and thanked her. Then, pointing towards the burning asteroid in the sky, he told her that they would have to hurry. After this, both moved forward, and as it became night, the sky became filled with meteors. Soon they reached a steep rock, where Mills helped the girl so that she could climb up and tie a rope. Then Koa tied a rope to a large stone and threw it down so that Mills could also climb up. Finally, both reached the missing part of the spaceship, where Mills started looking for the emergency aircraft. Knowing that it was still working, he breathed a sigh of relief. Just then, they received a message that a rescue spaceship is also coming towards them to save them, which made him even happier. But Koa was not happy at all because she was looking for her parents, whom she found nowhere. She got angry at Mills because he had lied to her. Suddenly, the sky lit up because meteors were burning, piercing through the thick sky. To comfort the sad girl, Mills started talking to her about his daughter. He told Koa that he had come on this mission to earn money for her treatment, but despite that, she died. Even though Koa could not understand his words, she felt Mills's pain and hugged him. At this moment, a small meteorite fell in the nearby forest, which was one of the pieces of that large asteroid that was moving towards Earth. Seeing this, both were panicked and quickly jumped into the emergency aircraft. As they started preparing to fly, suddenly 2 meteorites collided with the ship, due to which the aircraft fell down from the mountain. During this, Mills became unconscious, and when Koa tried to fly, the system told her that the aircraft cannot be launched in this position. Suddenly, a large dinosaur launched an attack on their aircraft. Mills saw that his weapon was lying outside. Therefore, he unbuckled his belt and ran out to get it. He started trying to fire at the dinosaur, but his weapon was not activated. The situation became even worse when a second dinosaur also joined in this attack. Shortly after, the dinosaurs crushed the place where Mills was hiding, due to which he was badly injured. He started feeling very trapped and helpless. Then Koa picked up his device and started showing Nevin to him through a live projection. In that video, Nevin says how much she loves her father. Seeing this, Mills was filled with emotions, while both dinosaurs, considering the live projection to be real, started attacking it. Mills's gun was now ready and he blew up the first dinosaur in a single stroke. But then the second dinosaur's eyes fell on Koa, who was operating the projector from the spaceship. Now moving rapidly towards Koa, it overturned the spaceship. Mills destroyed that dinosaur by attacking continuously with his gun, and now his bullets were also finished. But that first dinosaur was not dead yet. It started chasing Mills rapidly. Mills also ran with full force, and when that dinosaur was about to kill him, suddenly Koa struck the dinosaur's eye with that bone, which already had poisonous berries on it. The dinosaur began groaning with pain, and just then a spray of boiling water fell on it, after which it died burning at that very moment. After this, both took a sigh of relief and returned back to the aircraft, after which they immediately took flight. In just a few seconds, a very large asteroid collided with the Earth, causing a tremendous explosion which perhaps also became the reason for the extinction of all dinosaurs. This painful mission had perhaps given Mills back his daughter in the form of Koa.